Hi everyone. So in this video we are going to discuss about a skill which is getting extinct as we are progressing in this decade. And that skill is nothing but reading. Most of us are so busy in our life, in our daily routine, in our house chores, at our workplace, that we forget that the real purpose of having this intellectual brain is not just to earn money to ensure that we are feeding our family, but also to ensure that we keep on developing our life by developing next level skills. Now, the problem is that it's very difficult to meet those people in history who are dead, or even in the present to meet those people who are not in touch with you or who are not approachable in your circle of influence or in your socio-economic strata. So for example, if I want to meet Bill Gates, there is a very rare chance that Bill Gates will be interested in meeting me. But I can buy a book written by Bill Gates and then get into his mind for 8 to 10 hours. So this is the freedom which books give. This is the freedom which reading gives. This is the freedom of the digital platforms with which you can get into minds of those people whom you can never meet, either because they are dead or they are not approachable in your circle. So therefore, reading as a skill is extremely important, and we must focus upon developing this reading as a skill. Let me tell you, after 10 years, if you reflect upon your life, or even right now at whatever stage you are, if you reflect back, you will always find that people will keep on getting education, people will keep on getting good jobs, people will keep on getting pay hikes, but the real differentiator of your intellectual capabilities will always be reading. So my suggestion over here is that we should focus upon reading good books, reading good magazines, reading good newspaper, reading good articles, right? That is something which is extremely important so as to ensure that we are doing justice with our time. I will suggest to you a framework where you should read on a daily basis, weekly basis, and monthly basis. So to all those who are interested to develop the skill of reading, I will suggest you to read one good newspaper on a daily basis. It can be Business Standard, it can be Mint, it can be The Hindu, it can be any other newspaper which you feel can contribute towards your understanding. And remember, don't just read the headlines. Always go in depth, always try to read editorials. I know in the beginning it is going to be difficult. It's very difficult to break any habit or establish any new habit. Both things are more difficult. But the thing is, if you do it consistently over a period of couple of months, you will realize that you have fallen in love with the reading. Now the problem is, you should not just read. When you read, you should have one notebook with you, or if you are performing some digital reading, then you should have the ability to take digital notes then and there. Because the fact of the matter is, if after a period of time of 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, if you want to reflect back upon the things that you have read, then you will never be able to encounter the gist of it. So reading only is not important, but essentially what is required is to reflect upon that reading that you have done. So after reading, the next step should be the reflection. So reflection will happen only when you have something to revise upon, right? Then only you can go back and reflect upon what you have read in history or in past. So this is a skill which is extremely important, and one should not discount this fact that reflection adds back to your life. Third stage which you should focus upon is to increase the sphere of your reading. So why just be limited to reading a newspaper? Why not to go on next level and read some good magazines? So for example, there are some good weekly or monthly or bi-weekly magazines which are published from across the globe. Few of them which I can suggest you will be Harvard Business Review and The Economist. Try reading those magazines. Try to take notes from that reading that you are performing. Nurture your brain. That is extremely important. And at one more level, if you go up, you will realize that the most contribution which can happen through reading is by reading a book. This is the biggest contribution that you can do to your brain by reading a book of roughly 300-400 pages written on a single concept. So here I am talking about non-fiction books which are written on a single topic. So a book of 200, 300 pages will do justice with only a single topic. And if you read that kind of stuff and you fall in love with that process of reading, you will realize that your sphere of understanding will increase dramatically. So read, revise, reflect. That is what is required. Thank you so much for watching this video.